All right, let's jump right into this deep dive. Today it's all about Minecraft rabbits. We've had a bunch of you asking us about these furry little guys, and honestly, they're pretty fascinating.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So today we'll cover everything about them, like how they act in the game, what you can use them for, and even some real-world rabbit stuff, too.
Cool. Sounds good.
Our main source for this, by the way, is this article from Minecraft.net called Mob Menagerie Rabbit. So, when you think of Minecraft,
Right.
there's like a ton of mobs out there trying to like take you out, right?
Oh, yeah, totally.
I mean,
Tons of danger.
but then they are rabbits, and they're just like peaceful. They're kind of a nice change of pace.
It's interesting, right? Like you're mining, building
Yeah.
all this intense stuff, and then boom, there's this cute little bunny just chilling.
Exactly. Just nibbling on some grass.
Mhm.
It's like a little reminder to just like relax for a sec.
Yeah, yeah, take a breather.
I've always wondered though, when did they even add rabbits to the game? Were they always there?
Ah, good question. So rabbits actually joined the party back in 2014, September to be exact.
Oh, okay.
It was part of the Bountiful update. And that update, let me tell you, it wasn't just about rabbits. It was a whole wave of new stuff like slime blocks, dot banners,
Yeah.
even those pesky little endermites.
Oh, yeah, the Bountiful update. I remember that. They really crammed a lot in there.
They did.
Okay, so let's say I'm out exploring and I'm looking for some of these adorable bunnies. Where should I even start?
All right, so just like everything else in Minecraft, rabbits have their favorite spots, different biomes and all that. You're going to find those cream-colored rabbits blending right into the deserts.
Ah, that makes sense. Camouflage.
Yep, exactly. And then in those snowy biomes, you've got your white rabbits and those black and white ones hanging out. But if you're exploring meadows, flower forests, taigas, or those pretty cherry groves, you'll see a mix of black, brown and white rabbits just munching away on the leaves.
Oh, wow. So there's like a whole variety depending on where you are.
Totally.
So I've got to ask. I tried luring rabbits with berries once, thinking, hey, who doesn't love berries?
Yeah.
But they weren't interested at all. What do they actually eat?
You got to speak their language. Carrots. That's the key to a rabbit's heart.
Oh, okay.
Regular carrots will do the trick, or you can use golden carrots or even dandelions if you're feeling fancy.
So it's all about the carrots. Gotcha. Now, I've never actually bred rabbits in the game. What are the baby rabbits like? Do they inherit the colors of their parents?
Yeah, they're super cute, like tiny versions of their parents. And yeah, they usually inherit the same color fur. But here's something interesting. If you move the parents to a different biome, get this, there's a chance the baby rabbits will have the colors of their new environment.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, it's like they adapt, almost like evolution in action.
That's so cool. It's amazing the detail they put into these little guys. But it can't all be sunshine and carrots, right? I mean, these cute little bunnies have to watch out for predators too, don't they?
You're absolutely right. It's a tough world out there, even for a bunny. Wolves and foxes love to snack on rabbits, especially in those taiga biomes where there are a lot of them.
Ah, so it's not all fun and games.
Nope.
Makes sense, though. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like if you're building a rabbit farm, or even if you're just trying to protect your carrot crops,
Mm.
you gotta keep an eye out for those wolves and foxes.
Exactly. It's all about balance, right?
Right. Okay, so we know where to find them, we know how to tame them, but what can we actually do with rabbits in the game? I mean, aside from just enjoying their cuteness.
Well, for starters, their hide is useful. You can craft it into leather.
Oh, so that's where leather comes from.
Yep.
Cool. What else?
Well, just like a lot of mobs in Minecraft, rabbits are also a source of food. You can eat their meat raw if you're really desperate, but cooking it is always the better option. And of course, there's the legendary rabbit's foot.
The rabbit's foot. What's so special about it in Minecraft?
It's more than just a lucky charm here. You can actually use it to brew a potion of leaping. Gives you a nice little boost to jump higher.
Perfect for those tricky jumps or for making a quick getaway.
Exactly. And if you like trading with villagers, clerics will trade you for a rabbit's foot.
Yeah.
So they're pretty valuable.
So they're not just cute, they're actually pretty useful too. But I'm curious, how do these digital bunnies compare to real-life rabbits?
Now that's where it gets interesting. Real rabbits are just as cool and diverse as their Minecraft counterparts. There are tons of different types depending on where you find them. And get this, there's even a species of rabbit that lives only on volcanoes.
Wait, a volcano rabbit?
Yeah,
That's amazing. I'm definitely looking that up later.
you should. And here's another fun fact.
Hmm.
Rabbits live on every single continent except for Antarctica. They're like world travelers.
Like little explorers, just like us in Minecraft.
Exactly. And they're known for their speed, their awesome jumping abilities, their digging skills, and of course, their undeniable cuteness.
Oh yeah, they definitely win the cuteness award. It sounds like real rabbits also have their fair share of danger to deal with, just like in the game.
That's true. Wolves and foxes are their natural predators in the real world, too. It's kind of like a reflection of the Minecraft dynamic.
Wow, so many connections. And speaking of real-world rabbit fame, we can't forget about the Easter Bunny. Everyone loves that egg-delivering legend.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But while there isn't an Easter Bunny mob in Minecraft, it makes me think about how the game kind of subtly reflects holidays and traditions.
That's true. It's like Minecraft has this way of capturing those seasonal vibes without being too obvious about it.
Right. You won't find a Christmas tree item or a Halloween pumpkin mob, but players get super creative and build their own holiday decorations using the blocks and stuff they already have.
Exactly. It's all about player creativity and how they interpret things.
Mhm.
And that's one of the things that makes Minecraft so special, that freedom to express yourself and celebrate in your own way.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a testament to how open-ended the game is. Even without a specific Easter Bunny mob, players can still use those regular rabbits in their Easter builds and celebrations.
Totally. Like, imagine building giant bunny statues out of wool blocks, or setting up Easter egg hunts in their elaborate worlds.
Oh, I love that. The possibilities are endless. It's really all about making the game your own.
Definitely.
Hey, remember when they first added rabbits to the game? It was a pretty big deal.
Oh, yeah, the Bountiful update was huge. Those rabbits were definitely a highlight. They brought this whole new level of charm to the overworld, and of course, all those practical uses too.
Yeah, the leather, the food, even the lucky rabbit's foot for potions and trading. They really added a lot.
For sure.
I'm curious, though, from a design standpoint, why do you think they chose to add rabbits? It seems like such a simple thing, but it must have been a deliberate decision.
That's a really interesting question. I think it goes back to that idea of balance that we were talking about earlier. Minecraft has always had this careful mix of danger and peacefulness,
Yeah.
all those hostile mobs and challenges. But then you also have these moments of calm and beauty.
Like finding a group of rabbits just hopping around in a field.
Exactly.
Mm.
Rabbits definitely contribute to that feeling of peacefulness.
Mm.
And they also add to the diversity of the ecosystem.
Right, right.
Remember, wolves and foxes prey on them. So it creates this whole new level of interaction within the food chain.
It's amazing how interconnected everything is in Minecraft. Like every single element has its own role to play.
Mm-hmm.
And it all comes together to create this really rich and dynamic world. Oh, and speaking of the rabbit's foot, you know, that whole lucky rabbit's foot thing, it has so much symbolism in the real world, too. Have you ever thought about where that superstition even came from?
Oh, yeah. It's one of those fascinating bits of folklore that's been around for ages. The belief that a rabbit's foot is lucky actually goes all the way back to ancient Celtic cultures.
Wow.
Yeah. They associated rabbits with good fortune and prosperity. It had something to do with the lunar cycle and fertility.
Interesting. I never knew it went back that far.
It's wild, right? It just shows how these old beliefs and symbols can still pop up in modern culture, even in video games.
It's like a link between the past and the present. But on that note, we're going to take a quick pause. We'll be back in just a bit to wrap up our rabbit adventure.
Welcome back. It's crazy, right? Thinking about these Minecraft rabbits and then learning about those real-life volcano rabbits.
I know. It really shows you how much you can learn from a game like Minecraft. Like, it makes you think about stuff you might not have even considered before.
Definitely.
And speaking of real-world connections, we were talking about the Easter Bunny before. So there isn't actually an Easter Bunny mob in the game, right?
Nope.
But it got me thinking about how Minecraft sort of hints at holidays and stuff like that.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It's subtle, though, right?
Very subtle.
You know, like you won't find an actual Christmas tree or Halloween pumpkin mob. Exactly.
But players always find a way.
They get so creative.
Yeah, like they'll build their own holiday decorations.
Using whatever blocks they can find.
Exactly. And that's part of what makes Minecraft so cool. It's all about how you interpret things. You get to express yourself and celebrate however you want.
It's true. Like, even without an Easter Bunny mob, players can still work those regular rabbits into their Easter stuff.
Oh, totally. Like, imagine someone building these massive bunny statues out of white wool blocks.
Oh, yeah.
Or setting up Easter egg hunts throughout their world.
The possibilities are pretty much endless. It's all about making the game your own.
For sure.
Hey, remember when those rabbits were first introduced? It was a pretty big deal back then.
Oh, absolutely. That Bountiful update was huge. Everyone was super excited about those rabbits. They brought a whole new level of cuteness to the game, you know.
They did. And they added those practical uses,
Oh,
too.
yeah, the leather, the food, even the Lucky Rabbit's foot.
Right. For
Right.
potions and trading,
Yeah.
it was a lot of new stuff.
I'm curious, though. Why do you think they decided to add rabbits in the first place? It seems so simple, but it must have been a conscious decision.
Yeah, you're right. I think it goes back to that balance we were talking about before.
Mm.
You know how Minecraft has that mix of dangerous stuff and peaceful stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
Like you've got all those hostile mobs and challenges, and then you've got these moments of just like peace and beauty.
Like stumbling upon a bunch of rabbits just hanging out in a field.
Exactly. I think rabbits add to that feeling of calmness,
Mm-hmm.
and they also add to the variety, the ecosystem.
Mm.
Remember, wolves and foxes hunt them, so it adds another layer to how everything interacts.
It's amazing how connected everything is in the game.
It is, isn't it?
Like
Yeah.
every single thing has a purpose, and it all comes together to create this really intricate world. Oh, and speaking of the rabbit's foot, it's interesting how that whole lucky rabbit's foot thing exists in the real world too. Like, have you ever wondered where that superstition comes from?
Yeah, it's one of those things that's been around forever, right?
Yeah.
Well, it turns out the whole idea of a rabbit's foot being lucky actually goes back to ancient Celtic cultures.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, way back then. And they associated rabbits with good fortune and prosperity, mostly because of their connection to the moon and fertility.
That's fascinating. I had no idea.
It's crazy how these ancient beliefs still pop up today, even in video games.
It's like a bridge between the past and the present, you know? But on that note, we're going to take a quick pause. We'll be right back to wrap up our deep dive into the wonderful world of Minecraft rabbits. Welcome back. We're in the home stretch now of our rabbit adventure. We've covered a lot of ground, from in-game stuff like how they act, to real-world rabbit facts, and even some folklore.
Yeah, it's amazing how these little creatures can get you thinking about all sorts of things.
Totally. So as we wrap up, what would you say is the biggest takeaway for our listeners?
Well, I think it goes back to that whole idea of how connected everything is.
Oh, yeah, right.
Like we talked about how rabbits fit into the Minecraft world, how they're both prey and a resource. But I think it goes even deeper than that.
What do you mean?
Well, think about all the connections we made between the rabbits in the game and real-life rabbits. How they've adapted to different places, their role in the food chain. It's like a reflection of the real world.
It's like Minecraft is holding up a mirror to nature.
Exactly. And that's what makes it so cool. It's not just about escaping reality. It's about learning and being curious.
So next time you see a bunny hopping around in Minecraft, think about those real bunnies out there in the world.
Yeah.
And they might not give you leather or lucky feet, but they're important too.
Absolutely. And hey, if you want to check out the update that brought us these awesome creatures, the Bountiful update has tons of other cool stuff too.
Oh yeah, like those slime blocks, those are super useful. And those banners for decorating.
Right. There's so much to discover.
It shows how Minecraft is always changing and surprising us, even after all these years.
Totally. Always something new to learn.
So keep exploring, keep crafting, and keep those bunny ears perked up for new adventures in Minecraft. Until next time, happy mining, everyone!